What's going on, SE Nation? So, when I first started as a sales engineer, I was the only one in my territory, and the closest good SE colleague of mine that I knew of was in Chicago. It wasn't too far away, but it was a different time zone. I went about my business. I thought everything was good. I had a really good SE manager who was helping me, so shout out to Matt Snippley if you're listening. I was also knee deep in learning the technology, the products. So whenever I reached out to other SEs, as I got introduced to more and more, they were mostly technical questions like how do you configure this, how do you do that, and it wasn't really anything about soft skills questions. So I developed a lot of bad habits when I first started. I counted on my sales guy to learn the soft skills from, but turns out he didn't really have very good soft skills. So everything I learned from him. For example, I learned how to be very good at the spray and pray method. And if you've never heard of that, it's basically when you come in and just do a corporate slide presentation, like, hey, are you interested in this? Yeah, okay. How about this? Right. So it wasn't really good. I did a lot of those. I also did demos without any qualification or discovery. But I hit my quota. I joined with 4 months left in the year, and I hit my quota for that year. And then the year after that, I also hit my quota. So I was the greatest SE that I knew. And keep in mind that I only knew me. I knew of other SEs. I just didn't know how they did their job. But I hit my quota 2 years in a row, and that was good. Everything was good. So long story short, in my third year as a sales engineer, we had a couple of big meetings. So we started breaking into new accounts, and they were important accounts, which meant we could actually invite important people from our company to meet with important people from the customer's company. So I had my VP of sales come up, or not me, I didn't have him come up. It was my sales guy who organized it. He came up, a couple other people came up with him, like higher ups, and we did these meetings and we went through our flow of show up and throw up or spray and pray. And we walked out, hey, yeah, that was a good meeting. Until the VP sat me down and said, uh, well, he didn't say it, but in a way, he meant that I sucked. He basically said, Ramsey, you just did a presentation, you didn't know what they want, you didn't do any discovery. To which my response was, what is a discovery? Yeah, that's how bad it was. 3 years into my career, I didn't know what a discovery was. So, all this to say, even if you're hitting your quota, doesn't mean you're doing everything right. If we're not exposed to other people the way other people do things, we'll never know if we can actually improve or learn from them. This is why I kind of started We the SEs, to meet other people. And I realized that not everybody wants to start a website or start a podcast because it's a big commitment, but we can do little things to meet other people. You can actually join groups. So here's a few ways where SEs can meet other sales professionals, SEs, PMs, whoever it is that's in the sales, who's involved in sales. You can check out LinkedIn. LinkedIn has groups related to sales engineering. I personally did not find anything that's active. Like most of the groups that I found are by headhunters who use it to post jobs, or they're not very active. So if you do find one, leave it in the comment below. Let me know about it so I can check into it and recommend it to other people. But that's one thing. You can start one if you want. If you do start one, let me know. I'll join. Number two is you can manually reach out to folks on LinkedIn, like other SEs, and try to build a connection there. It's amazing how many SEs are willing to connect with other people. Just please make sure when you actually email the SE, let them know that you are an SE or an aspiring SE looking to connect with like-minded people, not just connect without any messages, because a lot of people just the only reason I'm accepting people right now on my LinkedIn that don't have a message in there is because I know they probably found me through the podcast and they just want to connect. And do me a favor, if you're reaching out to me, please leave a message so I know why you're reaching out, how you found me. And third way you can do this is if you have personal connections, start a meetup. I do want to give a shout out to Sales Engineers of New York and their founders. They actually started a meetup in New York. They started last year and it's grown very, very well. They have a lot of sponsors, a lot of people from different companies come in. They do talks. So they're building a community in that way. And the last way, this is a selfish plug, a shameless plug on my end. So I started a forum on WeTheSalesEngineers.com. So you can go WeTheSalesEngineers.com/forums, and you can join the forum there. I'm building a community there where people can ask questions. It's going to be active. It's not going to be passive. If no one's asking questions, I'm going to start asking questions so people can actually chime in. And also, there's a meetup category there. So if you want to create your own meetup, you can use that to do that. Just state the time, the date, the place. That will be useful for folks. And start announcing it. Build your own meetup. So that's it for me, folks. If you have a different way of creating a meetup or meeting new SEs, other SEs, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know about it. And make sure you hit the like button if you did like it. Share, subscribe. This helps the YouTube algorithm figure out that this is actually a good YouTube channel, so people will find out about it and maybe benefit out of it as well. And that's it for me. I'll see you guys later.